I've made about $3,231 on Upwork, like just doing freelancing. Not a lot of money, but I want to make this video to go over how I did it, like starting completely, from zero, from scratch, as a software engineer. So I've been a software engineer for like 5 years, worked at Citibank, at Easy Post, and now I'm currently working in Walmart. But before that, I guess when I quit my job to like try starting a business, that's what I did off Upwork. I was like, okay, let me go there. And I want to talk about like why I did the freelancing route. It would let me live in Colombia, things like that. And then I want to go into like the things that matter, I think. And then and how you can kind of like do that, whether you're just doing any kind of freelancing, let's say if you're an architect, if you're sales, if you're a coder, if you're AI automations, whatever. So we're going to go through that. Now, the big thing on like why I did it was because I could work remote. A lot of companies don't want you to work remote. Like you could work full-time as a software engineer, but like they don't want you to work from other countries, while they are okay with you working remote. And so I wanted to be able to do that, live in different countries and also work and also make money and ideally make, as much as I was making at a full-time job. And so it was good. It let me live in Colombia. Like in Colombia, about $1,000 a month really gets you like really, really far. And you can totally do that on Upwork or, kind of any of those platforms if you speak English. And so that was like a big thing for me. And then also another cool bonus of it was that it let me build real world projects. So like I built up projects for real clients. They paid me real money, and I got to talk about this in the interviews. I said, hey, like I didn't tell them, hey man, I made this much money or whatever, but I just said, hey, yeah, I got paid for this, and it was a client, and it was really important that I actually delivered the project. Unfortunately, because I know how to program, they were all happy with the results. I got it fast, and that's the thing that matters a lot when you're talking about what you did in the interviews or whether you're trying to get more clients on actual sites. I got to just talk about end-to-end projects, so it wasn't like, oh, I built a feature, I built like a little addition. It was like I designed the project, I executed the project, I tested the project, and I deployed it and set up everything. That's a lot of ownership, and it's something that like a lot of new grads or like beginner programmers cannot do at all, unfortunately. It's the things that like the AI automation people also can't really do. There's a lot of people who are trying to do this stuff, and it's a very hard thing to do, and so it's also very impressive. So if you're trying to get a job, having these stories really helps. And then at the bonus too is I got paid for all of this, so I just got like real world job experience that I could talk about if I do want to like get back into the workforce. But like this was never like quitting my job was never even a risk because all of it counts towards future job experience. So it was amazing. Now, and some really, really important things to note here is that like I didn't know what sales was. I didn't know what business was. I didn't know how to like sell things or like convert people and all that stuff. Now I understand that because it's been 2 years later, me doing business stuff. But like I still made money. Like this would have been way higher if I understood the sales stuff. Like all I could really do is just code. That's all I've had. And so I want to break this down so like you guys won't have to go through all the annoying stuff that I did, because I was like really trying to hash this thing out. And so let's talk about that. And actually let me show you the actual screen, which I wanted to do earlier. I don't know why. But here you are with like, my actual kind of lifetime billing. So these are for different people. So this was like $813, $1, $200, and then like $930. And so we kind of stack these up. And I'm going to go show you kind of like the strategy that I went over here. So the core strategy was that like, okay, one, I was basing it off of this. Like I didn't know how to get clients, but like I generally knew, okay, let me put my projects on, let me talk about myself, make a video on my profile or whatever. And then it was like the messaging. And like for your profile, I would just say like, honestly, the profile doesn't matter a whole lot. It's just put your experience, put your projects in, have demos of them, have video, you explaining things, like that helps for sure. Especially if you can break down projects in a way that the avatar or the person who's considering buying your product can understand. I think that's big, but like more important is this your message, I think is the most important, but your profile does matter. And I want to talk about that here, which is like, this is the thing that I was trying to solve for. This is from Hormozi because it was the only thing I had at the time. It was the best thing that made the most sense to me, which was that this is what people are going to consider valuable for like your freelancing offer or any offer. It doesn't matter if it's an app, doesn't matter if it's a startup. It doesn't matter if you're trying to get a Y Combinator or whatever. It's that you're going to have some dream outcome, some kind of like amazing thing. In this case, for freelancing, we have a video editing, whatever. It's what does this person want with this thing? What is the chance that it's going to happen when they pay you the money? And then the things that make it worse is how long is it going to take? Is it going to take a long time? Okay, well then that makes it worse. Is it going to take a short time? Cool, that's going to be something else. And then how much effort and sacrifice do you need to do? And so I wanted to downplay these. So I wanted to be the smoothest, and I wanted to talk about that too, like in my actual like words that I'm saying. I'm going to have great communication. I'm going to be delivering on the projects. You're not going to have to worry about that kind of stuff. And all of this is going to go very smoothly to where you don't even have to worry. You just tell me what to do. I do it, and we go on with our days, and we're happy. So that's what the experience that the client got. Not, oh my God, are they going to do it? Oh, what's happening now? What's happening now? A lot of freelancers don't have this skill because they were just never taught it. So they just kind of started off doing freelancing and were never taught it. A lot of new grads too are lacking it. Time delay. So this is where I realized that if I tell someone I can get this done in 3 days, this was like really, really big. And then perceived likelihood of achievement. This is another thing, which is like, what are they risking? Or not even what are they risking, but like if your profile has zero, if it has zero, oh, you could not see me. And if you have zero like reviews, like nothing, you've never worked on any project, you're probably gonna have to work for very, 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 very little or free. And that's what I did too. So that was another unlock, which is like at the start, I had no profile, no ratings, no anything. So I was like, I picked the smallest tiny projects that I knew would take me 1 hour to do, 30 minutes to do. And I was like, boom, let's do it. Knocked out the park. Okay, sure, I'll do it for free. And surprisingly, I did it, knocked out the park, and they were like, yeah, sure, just take the money, man. Just take the money that we were gonna bid on it. And I think a lot of businesses will really, really like, they toss around like a lot of money because they can make it tax write-offs. They also just want to help you out. And they also have like, if you do a good job, they'll be returning clients because why go to anyone else when they have you? Which makes me think that maybe I should be doing more freelancing stuff, honestly. Yeah, because it's pretty nice. Anyways, like a big thing that I did was that I was bidding on projects. I was like, I'll do it completely for free. I'll get it done in like 3 days. And then that's got me my first clients. And they were like, sure, man, sounds good. I did the project and then they paid me regardless. And so that's where when you look at the thing, you see like the $200 ones. It was just because you're just like, yeah, sure, man, take 200. So like, what specifically do you message? So I think the job hunting is the best one. So you need to go for the least competitive ones as you're starting out. As I was starting out, you want to go for fast delivery. You want to offer to do it completely for free, so you get the quick reviews, and then you start charging money and you just repeat. And another thing I've been seeing that people have been doing is like they send videos, which I didn't know at the time, because again, all I had was Alex Hormozi's equation for offers. But apparently you can also send videos, and if they watch the videos, people just like videos better. So you can also have video explanations talking about their specific projects and their specific thing. If you make it seem like it's not general and that it's customized to them, that's another way that you can like really crush. And the next thing I did was I just coded it, tested it, it worked, and that was good. And now like that's it. Like this is literally how I did it. I don't know how to explain it, but like I had terrible sales skills. All I did was just talk, and I was like, yo bro, I hop on a call for free. So I would message them and say, hey, we can talk, we can discuss. If you could let me know more details, hop on a call. Or they just give me the project and say, hey man, you get 3 days to go ahead and do it. And I just talk them through, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. This is how it looks at a high level. I'm very similar, to system design or whatever, just super basic. And then they'll say, hey, yeah. And so I think this works. I think this also applies to like other, you can make money off of this. And actually I want to show you people who are making money off of this, because this is actually kind of crazy. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep doing it because I want to show you when you get good at this freelancing thing. I don't know a whole lot about the well, yeah, so I'm going to show you guys people who are actually making money off this like freelancing stuff. And this is really big right now. So this AI freelancing is actually huge because there's a lot of businesses that don't have $500K to pay for software engineers like Google does. There's a lot of software engineers, a lot of small businesses that don't have $500,000 to pay for like a Google engineer every year. They don't have the money, but they do have 5K or 10K that they can spend on stuff. There's a business, honestly, that have 100K, but they just can't afford the engineers. But they would drop like 20K on a project for sure. And obviously there's Google who has millions and multi-millions. And so there's a lot of people who are aimed at targeting like small businesses, and they charge like pretty high rates on their freelancing. So this one is Mark. He's not even like a developer really, like he knows only no code, low code stuff. Like he's not a software engineer. And he's got meetings with his team like here. And how much do you think he's charging? If you were gonna guess, how much do you think he's charging for 1 hour? Let's just say, how much do you think he's charging? $400 for 1 hour of his time. There's a consultation where he talks about how you can use AI. Insane. And then he has his own community too, or so he's also teaching this to people, and this is making like $20,000 a month for him, just teaching people how to use AI tools. And they're just small business owners, or they're, people people who are trying to get into freelancing. So like this is essentially kind of jumps into what I wanted to talk about here, which is what I would be doing now, and which I think I'm going to be doing like with all these videos that I'm making, which is that I want to make videos teaching AI stuff. And when you do that, you're going to get clients who are searching for stuff, depending on what you're searching. But like, I don't know if Nick also has his thing here. No, he doesn't. His is just pure on there. But some of them do have consultations that they put like, here's my consultation. And some of them, here's like the agency, right? So it's an AI agency, True Horizon. We build intelligent AI systems for businesses. And so it's like, it kind of leaks in where like when you make videos about AI, you're going to get two types of people who want to learn AI, and then people who are like business owners and they want to do this kind of stuff. And so like your pricing, he's paying $10K a month. You get a dedicated AI engineer for $10,000 a month, which is like insane, man. That's crazy. And then custom is like probably even more. But like, this is the power of like the videos. And so this is what I mentioned, is that like if I were gonna do freelancing, I would just make videos for sure, and then like become like the AI guy. There's a ton of people who are doing this, and again, I think the space is expanding, particularly with AI stuff. And so if I had content and I was just making videos about this stuff, as I am kind of like similar now, except I would just talk about AI, but you would get referrals, you would get future clients, like job referrals is what I mean, because you built out project. You have tons of people who are also for engineers. They like your work programming, and then they'll refer you, or you get future clients. So you get clients who are watching the videos, but overall you just get more opportunities in general. And so like, I think content pairs very well, but Upwork is good for like cheap and, you know, kind of free money. Like if you're a good developer and you also maybe just vibe code, there's really small projects that you can just pick up, because nobody knows how to vibe code in these spaces. Like it feels like nobody's really talking about vibe coding. Like ChatGPT agent mode, I feel like Claude Code came out. I don't even know what agent mode is. I think Claude Code is much better, and I don't think they talk about any of Claude Code, because that's like terminal stuff. I don't know. Is anyone talking about Claude Code? Just Claude. So this is what it feels like. It feels like a lot of this is just no code stuff. Anyways, this is how I, kind of again walk through it. I don't know how else I could really break this down. Is that like, I would just make videos, and it doesn't matter if I was a developer, I would. If I was editing videos, I would do this, teaching video editors how to do it. And then you have a portfolio, because they're like, oh, well, I don't know if this guy's really legit. And it's like, when he put out 100 videos teaching people how to do video editing, I think he's legit. It's like kind of hard to argue with, and you stand out, because most people don't want to make videos. And then again, this goes into the AI freelancers, where I would be doing AI automations and like just automate. I think that's like the play. So anyways, hopefully this is helpful for anyone who wants to make a little bit extra money. They have the programming skills, they're unemployed. Like this is the move. This is what I would be doing, is I would go on Upwork and I would start bidding on projects, and then I would do it for free to get the reviews early. And then once I have the reviews, I would charge more money and just kind of just keep going at it there and there and there. And then I would just keep doing a good job. And then clients are going to come back to you with more work. There's always something broken. There's like always something broken. So cool. Yeah. So this is essentially it. Hopefully I won't be talking about this again, because I do want to only make like AI videos or system design or Leetcode. And I don't really want to talk about this kind of stuff, but I do want to like help you guys out if you are struggling, if you don't have experience in the workforce, then you're just gonna have to work for free, deliver, and then get paid when they tip you because you did such a good job. Or you don't have 4 years of programming experience, 5 years of programming experience like me, and then you just struggle and you just have to learn and get better. But that's what I did, and I think it'll help if you just go on Upwork, bid on some jobs, send a video of yourself talking to the camera and practice those. Think about the equation that I use around Hormozi and just kind of keep going at it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys. I have some other videos I'll link here if you do want to watch my stuff, but yeah.